Festive food for a festive moment. After a day of fasting, the first meal people like to eat is often sweet and colorful. While vendors try to make their food look attractive, inspectors have found that many of these typical Ramadan drinks and snacks are tainted with chemicals and bacteria. Some even put paint and formalin in the food to give it a bright color and last longer.
People are of course very afraid of these chemicals, but the hygiene of the food needs a lot of attention too. It is something that worries us a lot. A consumer should only buy food that is freshly cooked.
There's something to be said about food stalls. More often than not, the food is pretty good. But how can you figure out where to eat so you won't end up sick? Try to find out where the vendor cleans his dishes, for example, or find a place where lots of people like to eat. Data from the Health Ministry shows that food-related diseases are the third leading cause of death in Indonesia. Nearly 50,000 cases of typhoid caused by food bacteria were reported in 2010. GITA ATHIKA has just recovered from food poisoning after eating street food. This is the second time she has gotten ill after consuming it. The first time she ended up in hospital.
Eating on the street has become part of our culture in Indonesia. We like to buy food on the street, but the problem now is hygiene. I won't stop eating street food, but I'll be more careful in the future.
During Ramadan, hygiene is often neglected because of high demand and a lack of experience of the vendors, many of whom are housewives who only sell food during the fasting month.
What I'm hearing is that a lot of vendors use unclear preservatives, but the food I am selling is fresh and can only be eaten today, so I don't use any preservatives.
Authorities have started a campaign to educate consumers and vendors about hygiene, but since most vendors don't have a license, it's hard to regulate this growing informal food business. So officials warn consumers, if cooking oil has this color, maybe move to the next stall. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.